Family. Uh, how we doing? How we doing? Nah, don't get scared now. Hold on, y'all, give me a second. How we doing, y'all? How we doing? Nah, don't get scared now. I be laughing so hard my stomach hurts. Oh, haters. Welcome to Larry's World. Mother truckers, yeah. How we doing today, people? Uh, can you dig it? Yeah. Welcome to this beautiful Wednesday, March 25th, 2026, guys. Let's thank God to be alive and let's rejoice and be glad in it. Y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and make this phone call to Jesus Christ so I can get this topic off for the day. Y'all bear with me for a second. 1-800 Jesus. Jesus, what's going on, baby? Chit, 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 chit. Jesus Christ, save my life. Oh my God. That's another banger right there, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the message. Tell the people say hello. Y'all, Jesus Christ say hello, y'all. Okay, thank you, sir. Peace. Yep. YouTube family, I got a good old topic, y'all. Today's topic, y'all, first I'm going to tell you it's going to be a Bible verse, and it's going to be coming from the NLT version in the Bible, and it's going to be coming from Proverbs chapter 31, verse 8. And it says, speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, ensure justice for those being crushed. I'm going to say it again. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 8. And it goes, speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, ensure justice for those being crushed. Meaning, guys, we gotta, you speak up for those who can't defend themselves, just like a little child. I don't like seeing children get picked on or getting bullied. You defend these type of people because they don't know no better, y'all. When I need y'all to understand, it don't necessarily have to be a child. If you see somebody that's disabled and they getting picked on, you supposed to defend them people, y'all. It says it in the Bible. I just gave you the chapter. It says Proverbs chapter 31, verse 8. You're supposed to help these type of people out. When you see these people getting crushed and stuff, and especially if these people are not there to defend themselves, I can't stand that either. When somebody is getting talked about, they're not there to defend themselves. That is a coward move, y'all. When you see an elderly person and they're not able to do something, or you see that somebody harassing them, there's nothing wrong with stepping in, but you have to use your gift of discernment too. I know right now we're living in crazy times. You can't just, if you see somebody arguing, they pull out a knife or a gun, use your gift of discernment. Call the police. If you are afraid to jump in, then you call for help, call for backup, depending on the circumstances. But one thing about me, y'all, like I said, I got bullied a lot as a kid, and I don't condone getting bullied or people getting taken advantage of. If I'm on a job, and it all depends on the person. Some people get what they get coming to them. But if I see somebody and I know they're a good-hearted person and they're genuine, I am the type. Now, this is just me personally. I'm the type of person that's going to defend this person. You know what I'm saying? But if I know the person was out of line, they get what they get. They get what they get. But at some point, though, y'all, it's kind of tricky because at some point, though, you have to learn to take up for yourself. But if you or some people just can't take up for themselves. Like I said, you got some type of disability or something wrong. That right there, different. You're supposed to always take up for these people right here. You don't. I don't like to see people getting taken advantage of. I don't know about y'all. Y'all, let's get on in the comment section. Let's talk about this right here. Like I said, we're talking about speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Ensure justice for those being crushed. Like some people get what they get coming to them, man. If you are doing people wrong, then you deserve to be crushed. I'm just being honest with you. But for people who are innocent, y'all, don't do this right here. Don't be an instigator. Keep your nose out of other people's business to a certain degree. To a certain degree, you jump in if you know they being mishandled the wrong way, especially with your kids. Especially with your kids. Even if I see somebody else's kids getting picked on, I'm going to jump in there, depending on the circumstance. But like if you see somebody fighting and they pulling out a gun or a pistol and it's real violent, then you ask for backup. You call the police. But don't let people just get mishandled, y'all. If they deserve it, you let them dish that out. You let them handle that. Depending on the circumstances. You can't be a savior. You can't be trying to save everybody though. There's some crazy people out here in the world too. That's one thing I had to learn. I used to be that type of person try to help any and everybody, but sometimes we got to be careful of this too because we don't know what that person we don't know what they did to deserve the treatment that they're getting. So it's very tricky right here though. But if you know of a person and you see what's happening and you know they might have a disability or something wrong, you're supposed to help that individual, y'all. You're supposed to help them. But a lot of people would rather watch a person being crushed than to help them out. And I just don't understand that right there. I don't understand that because if the shoe was on the other foot, you wouldn't want nobody to watch you being crushed. Guys, I remember, man, when I was in school, man, I had to be about 14 years old. There was this guy, I don't even remember his name. And if you're watching this video right now, I hope you are watching this video. He used to bully me. He used to tell me, empty out your pockets, empty out your pockets. Now I was 14 years old. The teacher, he just sat there and watched me get bullied. For you, teacher, whoever watching this, shame on you. God forgive you for not, you know what you do. You know, you didn't know, you didn't, so I forgive you for that. But I'm just saying, if you were a teacher and you watch the kids get bullied, shamed on you. Shame on you. These kids cannot defend themselves. You got adults who can't defend themselves. If you see an adult who can't defend themselves, you're supposed to take up for them too. Especially if they can't defend themselves, y'all. Don't be this person, man. Please, I beg y'all. Don't do this to people. Let's get on in the comment section, y'all. Today's topic, we're talking about speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, ensure justice for those being crushed. And this goes for anybody. This goes for anybody, y'all. Dave Theos. Dave, what's going on, Dave? How you doing? I can't pronounce your last name. How you doing, man? Hope you're having a great and marvelous day today, man. We're talking about today's topic is speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Ensure justice for those being crushed. Have you ever witnessed this right here before? Somebody being picked on? Have you ever been in the midst? What do I mean by midst? Have you ever been in the midst of being the one getting picked on, didn't nobody take up for you? How did that make you feel? Have you ever took up for somebody before getting crushed? I remember, man, I'll use an example. I remember when I was in kindergarten, man, there was this girl, man, and she was getting picked on by some little boy. And I went up to the boy and I started twisting his fingers. But I ended up getting in trouble for helping somebody else out. So sometimes it's real tricky right here. You got to be able to ask God for a gift. Something. I was 5 years old. I didn't like watching people get bullied. I went to the kid and I started twisting his fingers. The reason why too, let me read some of these comments here. Elite Animals, what's going on with you? I ate Dave's hot chicken last night and I regret it now. Man, I hope you feel better, man. Thank you for that like and subscribe, man. Thank you for that. And the reason for me, man, why I take up for people who I feel like they can't take up for themselves, because, see, I watched my mom get bullied by my father. He used to beat on my mom, knock her all upside the head. So that's what made me take up for people. You know, that's what makes me do it right there. But everybody has their reasons. You know, like I said, if somebody has it coming, then they deserve to get what they get. They deserve it. Some people deserve to get what they get. You know, the problem I see in this world, man, a lot of people, they taking up for people who deserve the punishment they get. If you robbing, killing, you taking people rims off their car and stuff like that, then you deserve the treatment you get. But yet these are the people I see people taking up for. Instead of the people who are innocent, they taking up for guilty people. That make you look crazy. That make people look crazy. Take up for people who deserve to be taken up for. And a lot of times, man, what I learned too, sometimes you can take up for people and you may not get the same in return. So be prepared for that too, guys. And what I learned about in life is we got to learn when we do things for people not to look for nothing in return. So if you help somebody out, that don't necessarily mean they're going to help you out. You got to do the right thing. Now, I'm going to just say this too. Don't be a walking doormat. Don't be a walking doormat if they not helping you. Some people they're not in the shape to help you. because they can't help themselves. That's different. But if somebody is shaped to be able to help you and they not helping you, then you got to, unfortunately, you got to give people what they give you. You got to give people what they give you, man. It's that simple. It's just like that. And I don't care if this is your brother, your sister, none of that. If they not helping you, then you can't help them. That's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. If you know this person is in need and they really need help, then you help them out. Slandering people's name, man. I don't tolerate that. I be at work, man. I used to be the type of person I would entertain other people's gossip, but I'm getting to the point now. I don't want nobody talking bad about me. Like this is when I was of the world. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm walking with Christ, and I don't do that no more. You know, everybody got a past. Everybody do things that they're not ashamed of. I'm not on here to knock nobody, y'all. Let's get on in the comment section. Y'all been real quietly, and I don't know why when I get on here and I talk about realistic stuff, people get quiet. I don't know. Y'all are looking for me to entertain nonsense. I'm not going to entertain nonsense. You know, I'm not going to get on here talking about trapping, smoking weed. It's not what my channel's about. I'm an inspirational speaker. I'm going to say it again, inspirational. That means I'm on here to uplift people, not to tear people down, okay? And that's one thing about me. I may use examples of different celebrities from time to time again, but I'm not, if people deserve what they deserve, I'm going to speak it. But some people don't deserve what they deserve. Some people deserve to get put in their place, okay? If you deserve it, then hey, then you deserve it. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. Like Jesus Christ, man, when the stuff that they did to him, he didn't deserve that, man. He didn't deserve to get hung on the cross, getting spit on and all that. People didn't take up for him. There was one man that did take up for him. He said, I wash my hands with this. He said, this guy does not deserve to be hung to the cross. I forgot. Somebody had took up for him. I forgot who it was. But see, even with Jesus, he was crushed and stuff like that. That's why Jesus Christ know how it is to be crushed, because he was crushed. Look, you see how they did Jesus Christ. They made him drink vinegar. You know what I'm saying? They put thorns and stuff in his head. This is why he wants us to take up for people who are being crushed. Like I said, if they get what they have coming to them, then that's on them. Like Queen Latifah said, she had a song saying, she said, if she see another sister getting dissed, then, what'd she say? She said, Queen Latifah said, if she sees somebody else getting dissed or getting called a B word, you should take up for them. But if they had it coming, then they get what they get. I don't know what song it was. It was called Name Calling, Queen Latifah. That's a good song that she came out with, y'all. Let's get on in. Why we been so quiet, y'all? We've been real quiet today. Been real quiet. Y'all looking for me to get on here and talk about nonsense. Not gonna happen. Like I said, y'all looking for me to get on here and just talk about stuff that it ain't pertaining to nothing. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna uplift people. I want to encourage people. I want to see people do better. But at the same time, I can want to see you do better, but you got to want it for yourselves. I can want it for you all day long. Me wanting it for you ain't going to make nothing better, guys. That's what I need you to understand. You might have a kid that's out of control. You want to see them get better, but they're not going to get better by you just wanting them to get better. You can pray for these people, but they have to want it for themselves. And sometimes, y'all, people that are getting crushed, they got to want to not get crushed. They got to want to figure out how to not get dominated all the time. They got to want to figure it out too. Eventually, they have to want to figure it out for themselves. What's going on with you, Dark Horse? What's going on, brother? Hope you're having a great and marvelous day, man. Today we talking from the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 8. That's what we're talking about today. It's called, today's topic is speak up for those who could not speak for themselves. Ensure justice for those being crushed. That means, man, if you're in school, man, and you see a kid and you know this is a good kid, and you see people picking on them, you're supposed to take up for them, man. And I know why a lot of people don't do it. They say, I'm going to mind my business, because if I step in, they're going to pick on me. But when you are a good-hearted person, you are supposed to take up for people who cannot defend themselves. Now, if you see somebody that can defend themselves, that's different. But some people, man, you know, they don't deserve that treatment. But eventually, you want these people to be able to take up for themselves. But in the process of that, why maybe they trying to find themselves, help them out. But eventually, like I said, you want these individuals to be able to take up for themselves. Because what's going to happen, man, is these people, these kids will grow up thinking somebody always going to have their back. So they have to learn to defend themselves. But if it's somebody handicapped, like in a wheelchair, these people cannot defend themselves because they have a disability. That's different. Uh, he say, pimp products. I ate some chili last night, and I woke up this morning to the silly, man. But anyway, man, thank you for joining me on here today, products, man. Let's talk about this topic though, guys. I want to kind of get serious. Let's talk about this. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Ensure justice for those being crushed. Let's talk about this. I know everybody don't been in this situation. Everybody has witnessed somebody getting picked on. Everybody at some point has been tried by somebody. At some point, everybody has been bullied in some way. So a lot of people think bullying mean hitting, pushing. No, you can bully somebody by words, by threats. Everybody has witnessed this. How does it make you feel when you are the one being oppressed, being crushed? How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel? It's called to action to advocate for the vulnerable, poor, and needy who cannot plead their own cause. That's it, man. But if people are capable enough of taking care of themselves, they can do that. Then that's why I said this message goes for people who cannot take up for themselves, or somebody who might not know how to do that. But once you show an individual how to take up for themselves, you would like to see them be able to take up for themselves. But some people go an entire lifetime, man, and still allow people to treat them like a walking doormat. Like I said, I used to be this way, allow everybody to do whatever they want to me, say whatever they want to me, let people skip me in line. And even now, it's to the point now, somebody cut me off at the light or something like that, I let them have it. Ain't no, sometimes, man, in this world, in this day and age, you can't go too for tat with everybody, man, because it can cause your ass to get shot. It can cause you to get shot. And I've seen a lot of bad things happen to people like that. So if I'm the type of person, man, if I see somebody, a young woman, some getting beat on by some man, I'm gonna stay out of it because you don't really know why this person is getting the treatment they get. But like I said, if it's somebody that you know, then you're supposed to help them. Uh, if you know they in a wheelchair or something like that, or they got a disability, they may have a handicap issue or something like that. If you know of the person, you should help out. But if you see somebody like that that's in a wheelchair and is getting uh, disrespected like that, you let the authorities handle it. You gotta pick your poison. You gotta know when to do this and when not to do this. It's kind of tricky because at the same time you want to help people, but you can't help everybody. Like you just can't. Like one time, man, I was driving and I seen a guy, and I guess his car had broke down. But I wanted to help him, but I'm like, if I get out of my car and I help the person, they might knock me upside my head. So it's tricky, man. See, a lot of people think is helping people mean necessarily helping them from getting in a violent situation, but sometimes it could be just helping somebody uh, just in a crisis situation as well. Why do you say that, man? Q1XP. Why do you say that? But I want to tell you right now, you can't say that women ain't nothing. It just could be the woman that you're dealing with is not about nothing. That don't put all women in a box like that. Tell me what's going on, man. While you say women ain't nothing, you don't want to say that, man, because if it wasn't for a woman, man, well, number one, God, they came from us. A woman came from a man's rib. That's why they call it womb man. So if it wasn't for a woman, we wouldn't be here. You see what I'm saying? If it wasn't for a woman, I mean, your mother wouldn't be here because she had to birth that person. You see what I'm saying? Sound like you've been hurt bad, brother. That's what I'm trying to ask them. Like, what's going on? What's going on? You say women, and guys, one thing about me, if you get in here and tell me, when you get in here and you say something, I would like you to If you don't feel like talking about it, like I'd rather when you get in here and you say stuff like that, give me detail. Don't just get in here and say women are not nothing. They not about nothing. Because now you already don't put it out there in the atmosphere. So now I would like to know so I can know how to clear this up. Louisville, Kentucky in the house. What's going on with you? Chris Mack. So if y'all get in here and you tell me something, like give me the full detail. I see a lot of people on Facebook, they'll say, I'm going through something. Tell me what's going on. No, what am I trying to say? They'll get on Facebook and they'll say, y'all, I'm going through it. Well, if you're gonna get on here, tell me what it is, because now when you expose yourself like that, now I want to know what's going on. Because now, you know what I'm saying? Tell people who can kind of help you. Don't just put it out there if nobody can help you with the situation. I can help you try to figure out what's going on if you tell me about it. But if you just getting on here and you telling me women ain't about nothing, I can't help you try to conquer that situation if I don't even know what's going on. So if you're not gonna tell me why you don't think women ain't about nothing, don't get in here commenting about it. I'm not trying to be funny, man. But I hate when people get in here and they tell me about something and I can't fix the problem if I don't know what it's about. I can't try to help you fix the problem. So I'd much rather y'all, if you get in here and you talk about something and you're not giving me the full detail, I can't really help you. So, I mean, that's just that. Louisville, Kentucky. I was just down in Alabama, Mobile. I don't know how far that is from Louisville, Kentucky, but I'm quite sure it ain't that far. So I guess you just gonna say that women ain't about nothing. But sometimes, man, you saying that, but it could. But what did you do? See, sometimes there's two sides to every story. So sometimes when people say stuff like that, oh, they ain't this, they ain't that. But it take two people to make things happen, y'all. So I want to, so that's what I want to know. I want to know. That's what I want to know, man. Tell me the full story. Don't just tell me your side. I need to know the entire side of the story. It's just like when you go to court. It's two sides to every story. So I need to know the entire thing. Because you telling me that, and it could really be a whole nother side of the story that you're not telling. So maybe that's why you stopped responding. Because you're not telling your side of the story. I don't know. Y'all give me a second. I'm dropping scissors on the floor. Keep on talking, y'all. Give me a second. Because I will say this too, man. If you cheated on that woman and you did something wrong, you can't say women ain't about nothing. If you caused the trauma, if you caused it, you can't be saying that women ain't about nothing. You can't be saying that. But you ain't talking to me, so I guess you are the guilty one. I don't know, but if you get in here, you tell me about a story, I would like to know the full detail. If you're not going to tell the full story, I'd much rather you not even talk about it at all. I'm just saying. That goes for anybody. If you get in here, you tell me about something. If you're not going to tell the entire story, and you're going to tell a part of the story, then I'd much rather you keep it to yourselves. I'm just being real. For real. Just real. Because you go to court or you get a lawyer, you can't tell half of a story to them. They ain't going to have a case. Women can grow and change. That's it. Women can grow and change. We all can grow and change, man, but that right there, it's up to us to want to change. It's up to us to want to change. But like I told him, Dark Horse, he not responding back. He not giving me the full story. It could be something that he did and he's not telling us about it. That's why I said I would much prefer people not to even get in. If they not gonna give me the full story, I much rather them keep it to themselves. I hate when people do that. I ain't gonna lie. I got a sister that does that. She'll get on Facebook and tell people, oh, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. Then when you ask her about what's going on, they not telling you. Then you should have just kept it to yourself if you're not gonna tell the entire story. The devil keeping him from responding. There's got to be that. I mean, if you want to talk, I told him I'm all ears. But let's talk about this right here, though, Dark Horse. You the one in here with me. Let's talk about this. Why do you feel like people speak up? Well, you already told me. Do you have any situations, though, that you've been in, and you didn't speak up for somebody, and how did it make you feel? I've had a situation like that before. When I was young, I'd be like, man, I should have said this. I should have I should have helped that person out. You know, I mean, we all fall short of the glory from time to time again, man. We humans at the end of the day. We are humans at the end of the day, y'all. But anyway, y'all, I want y'all to do me a very serious favor. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe button, okay? That way, when I drop these videos, ladies and gentlemen, you guys are the first to be notified. I can't be bought. I can't be replicated. I can't be duplicated. You will never find another content creator like me. Why? Because I am cut from a different cloth. I'm cut from a different cloth, baby. And guess what? If you don't hit the like, share, subscribe button, I'm not going to lose no sleep. That part right there, it's on you. But I'm dropping real content. I'm dropping real content. It's on you, y'all. But anyway, y'all, if I'm lying, I'm flying. Bless us. I want y'all to bow your heads and close your eyes with me in this thing with a prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for this day today, Lord. This day that was not promised, Lord, but you let us see it now. Lord, a lot of people out there right now are being oppressed, being done wrong. Lord, I ask that you would give them the strength and the courage, Lord, to be able to defend themselves. Now, this doesn't count against people that are handicapped or in a wheelchair and can't take up for themselves. But, Lord, even with them, Lord, if you can give them some kind of strength and courage to give them some type of sign so they won't get picked on, Lord. Give them the courage to be able to not be able to get picked on no more, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Listen, y'all, I'm out here like last year. Who is this right here? Epic 999. Okay, what's up with you, man? Listen, y'all, I'm out here like last year, y'all. Cook, boom, peace, bless. One.